If you are feeling like that umbilical cord is wrapped just a little bit too tight, today we are going to be talking all about clinginess, 5 gentle strategies to overcome clinginess so that our children can move more towards independent play. So when we talk about clinginess, we can kind of see this differently, or it kind of presents itself differently in different circumstances. So we are talking today not really about when you're, arriving at a social gathering or something like that. We're talking more about when you are at home or a place that is very familiar to your child. Home, perhaps the playground, perhaps grandma's house, these familiar environments that your child is often, when you feel that they are more on you or needing your direct attention more than seems developmentally appropriate, and you're noticing that they aren't really able to transition into playing independently, getting wrapped up in a game by themselves, that they really need you to be like, walking them along the path of going into play. So this might look different for different children. For some children, this might be that they are really wanting to sit on you, that they're wanting a lot of body proximity. For other children, it might be that they're wanting a lot of attention, that they want to have you very actively engaged in whatever they're doing. And they want you to be looking at them, and they are very conscious of you doing anything else. So some of the reasons that we might be seeing this exaggerated clinginess, and I'm saying exaggerated because, of course, children need their adults, right? They want to build a relationship with us. We're really important in their lives, just like they are in ours. So it's natural that they want an amount of attention. But this, what we're talking about today, this like form of clinginess, is more than we would typically see with children. And if you want to know more about like what is typical according to development, you can go and grab the milestone charts that I have linked below. These walk you through from age 1 to age 4, all of the developmental milestones across every area of development. So you can find those down below. So one of these reasons for this exaggerated wanting attention or clinginess might be a sense of security. Now, this is especially relevant if there are any life changes happening at the moment. And those could be, big things like you've moved home or you've moved neighborhood, or, maybe you've experienced a loss in your family. But they could also be things that seem smaller to us, like your child moving from a crib to a bed, or like them, having a fallout with one of their friends at school. It might seem like one of those smaller life events, and it could be that your child is just seeking more security at the moment. Another reason that we see this kind of exaggerated clinginess or exaggerated attention seeking, especially at home, is because our children haven't yet really flexed or developed that muscle of independent play, meaning they haven't yet fully established the skills that they need in order to play by themselves or engage themselves in something. Now, if you want to know more about independent play, I have a video linked above. But basically, independent play is an essential, critical skill for young children. If you think about how you work independently, you have a direction, a goal, and you work towards it. And all of that is really being built up in the skill of playing independently. Now, I know we have a society that's kind of like hyped up on independence, and that's not what we're really talking about here. This is not about that they should just completely be able to entertain themselves and be in their room while you're working in another corner or something like that. But we do want that once a child is engaged, that they have that skill, ability, and again, like that muscle is being flexed, that they can continue, that they can deeply engage themselves, that they can get lost in this play, that they can experience that deep joy of being able to play independently. These are 5 strategies that we use at home that I recommend for parents, and I hope that they are helpful for you in kind of working over the hump of clinginess. It might be for your family just a small season, or it might be something that feels like it's ingrained into how you do things. So either way, I hope that these 5 strategies really support you and your child. The first one is to check in on what I call the Mumometer. So we know that our children need time with us, right? And it could be if they've been away for a big chunk of the day, or if you've had a lot going on. I know I found this a lot when I'm working on a big project like the conferences and summits that I run. I'm pretty distracted and pretty engaged in something else. And those day-to-day little interactions, I seem less present in them. So that's when I see clinginess, increase. So check in on that mommy meter. If you've had a lot of time with them recently, if you've been a bit distracted, maybe they need more like in time, more connected time. Maybe they've been away from you for a big chunk of time, whether it was a play date or daycare or something like that. Do they need just a little bit more in time to kind of fill up that Mumometer? The second thing that I find really helpful to do is to define the time. Now, throughout our day, we have times that are connected playtime where we are really engaging with our children, and then we have times that we are maybe working and they can play next to us. We have times where we are cooking and be next to us playing. But it's important for you and your child to define the time. If this time that you're with them right now is I am with you, fully with you, phone is aside, I'm deeply engaging with you, then define that, say that, make sure that this is known. If it is a time where you are needing to be doing something and you are wanting that your child is engaging next to you. So I'm working and you are playing here next to me. I'm happy for you to play next to me, but I do also need to work. It's important for us to have in our mind like a really clear idea of what this time is. I also find it so helpful, especially with young children, but honestly, even with my children now that are nearly 6 and nearly 4, I still do this when they seem to be like really grabbing at my attention, or they really don't seem to be engaging themselves. I find that even if I'm doing something else, I bring it down to their level, to the floor. So even if I'm working, I'll take a clipboard or a laptop and work on the floor sitting next to them. Having that kind of proximity and where you are down at their level, for whatever reason, it seems to really organize children and help them to feel that security and state that they can then be playing because you are there, they are safe. So just bring yourself down to the floor, especially if it is a time that is defined as your connected playtime. You want to really be obviously very present with them. We want to also make sure that we are voicing our expectation. So I've said in your head, you want to define what this time is. It's deeply engaging playtime, it's I'm next to you time, or it's I really need you to focus on this so I can get this done. Whatever the time is, I want you to voice that for your children so they really understand. And this might mean that if this is time that you just really have to work, that you're saying, I see that you really want to play with me. I see that you are wanting me to help you to, organize this game or start playing. Right now, I have to do this in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, or, actually I don't generally say like give a time for younger children, rather give them like after meal time or after nap time or something like that. That's a bit more concrete for them. I am all yours. At that time, I will be all yours. I'm going to come and sit and we're going to play, but right now I need to do this. And it could be the opposite. It could be that this is your engaged time. So you're saying, right now I'm with you, I'm engaging, and I'm so excited and happy to play with you. I love being with you. In 5 minutes time, I'm going to need to get up and go cook dinner. Okay, so this time is ours, let's enjoy it, but know that it's going to be ending in 5 minutes. So you're voicing whatever your expectation is. And if your expectation is that you are sitting on the floor next to your children working while they play, you can say, I'm happy to watch you play, I'm working right now, so let's talk, and you can explain things to me at the end of, set time period. So just voicing what your expectations are or what you're available to give can be really, really helpful and organizing again for kids. And then, of course, we want to make sure that whatever we're offering for playtime is really engaging. There are so many things that I find are helpful for parents in terms of understanding this thing of inviting children into play, not just having a toy present. I'm going to link here above some videos that we've done about too many toys, about types of toys, types of play, so that you can, really dive deeper into what is engaging for your children. But basically, you want to think of it like something that they can do by themselves. So if this is like a complicated Lego diagram that they need to follow, and it's not actually something that they can do by themselves, this probably isn't the type of play that we're going to use to be facilitating our child away from clinginess and towards independent play. We want to think about things like Play-Doh, sensory bins, simple building games. If they are interested in dolls or little figurines, if they are interested in cars, things that meet their developmental place that they're in and can engage them around that. The other thing that I find so helpful is to put on some kind of music. This is really helpful, like we spoke about defining the time. Time is like a weird concept for kids, right? They don't fully understand what it means when you say 10 minutes, 5 minutes. But if we have like, while this music plays, this is your playtime and I am now working, or while this music plays, I am like fully engaged with you. And often what we do is like we use that same kind of track or music whenever we're wanting this type of play to be happening. So if you're having like this really clear, this is your time that I'm going to help lead you into playing alone or playing independently, then you could have a certain like soundtrack for that. So it's again like really giving your children a clear picture of what those expectations are without you needing to always be voicing them. And it's also a really great way to like build in a rhythm or routine for our children. When it comes to independent play and, you know, moving from that state of clinginess into independent play, practice makes perfect. It is a muscle that we are wanting to build. As I said before, the ability or the skill to actually know how to play is something that we really want to gift our children with. So I have a video linked above on my number one tip for encouraging independent play, especially if your child is going through a clingy phase. This is going to be game changing for you. So make sure you go and check it out. It's on your screen now, and I will see you over there.